Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Candidates Night 2025. Thank you. I almost wanted to say 24. That's okay, testing my math skills. Welcome to all the candidates, and I just want to highlight a few of our elected officials that are in the audience tonight. Thank you, Katie Kavanaugh and Peter Spagone and Carol Julius from the Select Board. Katie as our clerk, town clerk. Eileen Ellen and Gordon McKinnon from the school committee, and Dave Phillips from the Board of Assessors. Welcome and thank you for being here.
And Dave Sheedy.
Dave Sheedy. Well, that is our
select board member.
and we wanted to honor our select board member who has been on this. His last meeting was last night, Monday night. After what, 15 years? All right, thank you for your service. Thank you, Mr. Sheedy, for that. So welcome to everybody, and welcome to the candidates that are here tonight. We appreciate your stepping up and supporting our town in service to our town. We really appreciate you being here.
Perfect.
So
let's jump right into things. We're going to ask Dave Sheedy to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight.
To the flag of the United States of America
and
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all.
We'll take you through the rules. Obviously, not too many candidates here tonight, so we'd ask the candidates who are here for their opening presentation, try to keep it under 5 minutes. I think we'd all like to be in and out at a relatively quick and efficient pace tonight. After any of the candidates who are in attendance do speak and give their presentation, we will open the floor to question and answers. Again, when you come up, if you're a member of the community, state your name, address, right here at this table. The candidate or candidates will come up one by one, depending on which race it is, and give a brief answer. Keep it within a minute, two, whatever the case. Again, we don't have many candidates here tonight, so in the interest of time, just let's try to keep it tight. And with that, we will open it up, and we'll start. We're going to work from the bottom of the ballot up the ballot. So Housing Authority, there's a 1-year vacancy. Nobody is running. So that leads to Planning Board. 3-year term, two people running, 2 people elected. Neither one of them are here tonight. Incumbent Kevin Riley and Planning Board member Dwayne Crosby. So we will move along.
okay, and then we have a 1-year term Board of Health for Tom Duquette, and
Tom's not here either.
Tom's not here as well.
Moving into the library trustees, 2 seats, 3 years. I know we do have at least one candidate here tonight, so I'll invite Lauren Roy to come up and speak.
Yeah, join us.
Hello, I'm Lauren Roy. I'm running for library trustee. A little bit about me. I have worked in and around the book industry for the last 30 years. I have done that math, and that was weird. I was a bookseller at Booksmith in Hanover. I was a sales rep for one of the big 5 publishers. If you've read James Patterson, Twilight, How to Train Your Dragon, I probably sold it to a bookstore, you know. I am a writer. I write and develop for tabletop role-playing games, and I am a graduate of and staff at a science fiction and fantasy writers workshop that's been running for 25 years down on Martha's Vineyard every year. So in looking for ways to get involved in East Bridgewater and give back to the community, seeing the library trustee position just sort of felt like that's the spot where I know what I'm doing and can probably be the most help. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you. The second candidate for library trustee, I don't believe she's here, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jennifer Stewart? No? So we'll move along to the next.
The school committee, so there are 2 openings, and there are 3 people running for school committee. The first is Elizabeth Stansel. She had said that she would like to attend, but unfortunately she was ill and is unable to be here tonight. Christy Layton, she is also running, and I don't believe she's in the audience tonight, no. But Aaron Danielson is here with his crew, so welcome you up here, Aaron.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Aaron Danielson. I'm 52 years old. Been a resident here in East Bridgewater for 46 years. Went through the school system, graduated from East Bridgewater High School. Ended up building a house in town, raised 3 great kids. 2 of them went through the complete system, and one of them finished their career at Southeastern. Running for school committee, I feel as though it's time for me to get back involved with the town. I was involved with the town in my younger years, coaching youth football and things of that nature. And I feel as though my business practice that I've gone through with the union, I've been a union member for 32 years. I've held positions within companies as a project manager and an estimator, and managed multi-million-dollar projects. And now I am actually an officer for the union. I'm the treasurer for our union, which is Millwright Local 1121, and we cover the 6 states in New England. And I truly believe that my history and my background can certainly fit with the school committee, and I think I can be an asset with the school committee. I don't come with any agendas. I'm just looking to help the town and, get my hands dirty with the rest of the committee and work on things. If anybody has any questions for me, I'd be more than willing to answer them.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you.
That leads to the Board of Assessors, a 3-year term on the Board of Assessors. Incumbent Steve Solari is up for election, and I do not believe he is here tonight. So we'll move to the
Okay.
top of the ballot.
And so the top of the ballot is our select board. We have 1 candidate, and it's a 3-year position. I would like to welcome Catherine Mullen.
Hi, everybody. First and foremost, I want to thank our Democratic Town Committee and our Republican Town Committee Chair for hosting tonight, and for EBCAM, who's yelling at me because I need to get closer to the microphone, even though I'm extremely loud in the first place. That being said, before I kind of go into, what my goals will look like as a select board member, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I was born and raised in East Bridgewater, and I graduated from the high school in 2017. And then I went to UMass Amherst, and I studied political science. And then after that, 2022, I started working for the office of Allison Sullivan Almeida. And this is really where I fell in love with public service and serving my community. It also means more to me that I'm able to serve a community that raised me into who I am, as well as my mom and my papa, but as well as this community. Now that you know a little bit about me, I really want to focus in on what I want to bring to the town of East Bridgewater, what's already here, and what we can heighten to make better. First and foremost, from talking to residents, I think we need open, honest, and transparent communication, and that goes across the board, whether it's from residents to department heads or to town hall, whoever it may be. We need to have open and honest and transparent communication. If you're having an issue with the town, I don't want you to hesitate to reach out, to call, to come to town, to come to the select board meetings, which I know are always very big bumping, And then, my second priority is really fiscal accountability and responsibility. I think we're all very aware of the fiscal climate that we're in. And just like we balance our checkbooks at home, we need to do it here at Town Hall. And we cannot put that tax burden back onto our residents. We need to be smart with managing our funding, and that starts here. And really, I want to focus in on the third issue that I've heard from residents and that I resonate with is that, we want East Bridgewater to be an attractive place for people to start their families like my grandfather did in the 70s, and for them to move to town to start working at the police department or the DPW or at the school. And that comes down to affordability. And that means we need to bring some revenue into this town. But I don't want to change the footprint. So we need to really have discussions about what that looks like. And that's really all I have for you tonight. If you have any questions for me about any stances, I'm more than happy to answer those. And then May 17th is the big election, and then I think we have town meeting on the 12th. So those are just some important dates. But yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That will open up the question and answer portion of the event here. I think, again, with only a handful of candidates here, anybody has a question, doesn't matter which race, we aren't going to focus on one first over the other. I'll open the floor to questions. Please, like I said, come up here, identify yourself, your name and address, and which candidate or candidates or race you'd like to ask questions of. So the floor is yours. Gordon, come on up.
Gordon McKinnon, 15 Marjan Drive. Question for our only school committee candidate tonight. If you can elaborate maybe on any specific goals that you have, thinking about being on the committee? Sure. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. Danielson, come on up.
So, as I stated in my introduction, I really don't have an agenda. I don't have any goals. I'd like to, you hear rumors, you hear things, right? When I transitioned through my life in business, when I went into certain situations as I moved through the ranks and got hired on in different positions, I always paid attention to what was going on first before I decided to pick an avenue to go with or give my input. I feel as though listening first before reacting is important. So I really don't have anything that I'm looking to, I know it sounds weird, but I'm not looking to have any, I don't have anything I'm looking to accomplish. I have no agenda. I'm looking to come in and help, create a good system, make sure that the kids are learning what they need to learn, and obviously, help with budgeting or anything of that nature that needs to be done. I think that the business side that I've been involved with can help with that. Yeah. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron. Other questions for the candidates? Kathy, come on up.
Hi, Kathy Wolf, Laurel Street. This question is for Ms. Mullen. You mentioned that you didn't want to change the footprint of the town, but you also said we needed to bring in more money. And the other thing, in my opinion, we need is more housing and facilities that are less expensive than what we have to offer now. So my question is, what do you mean by the footprint of the town? Because to me, that would imply no change.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you, and I appreciate you asking that question, Kathy. I know that this has been a conversation that has been had around the town. If you're on the hub, I think we've all seen it, right, is what does that look like? Whether that be MBTA communities or whether that be the project at Meadowbrook. When I say I don't want to change the footprint of East Bridgewater, what I mean is I love the small town feel that we do have here, right? I love the ability that I look around and I pretty much see every single person that was in my life at some point or another, and it's been a privilege to be in this community. That being said, I am not opposed to having businesses and residences and homes here in town. I want it to be affordable for people to come here and start their businesses. I want it to be affordable for people to come here and raise their families. And housing is 100%, I agree with you. It is one of the issues. So I appreciate you bringing it up, but, you know, it is certainly not that I'm opposed. It is that I want us to do it in a smart way, and that starts with communication between developers and town hall that are already in going on right now in planning board meetings or zoning board of appeals meetings. And I really just want to make people aware of that these conversations are happening, but how can we bring all stakeholders to the table and make smart decisions for housing and businesses all together as one unit? So.
Thank you. Other questions for the candidates? Anybody?
I guess not. Well, I guess we'll close the question and answer period of our, so we have a few closing remarks. I know I represent we didn't introduce ourselves, Mal. We just assumed everybody knew who we were. But I'm Diane Phillips, co-chair of the East Bridgewater Democratic Town Committee. We meet the third Wednesday of the month, and everyone is welcome to our committees meetings, and we do many things outside of just our regular meetings. One thing that I would like to put a little, I don't know, what do you call it, a little word out. We had to postpone our Earth Day event, and so it's this Saturday. Again, it's going to rain, but we decided we are not singing in the rain, but we're cleaning in the rain this Saturday. If you want to come down and sing and clean with us, there'll be coffee and donuts, but we're doing it 9 to 1, high school parking lot. If you want to just come down and pick up a trash bag and take it and clean up your own neighborhood, just let us know your address. The DPW will pick it up for you. But we have bags, and you can come down and get it, and a cup of coffee and say hi. I know in the past I've seen Mr. Spagone down there. He's helped out. Bring your family down, kids. We welcome everybody. It's fun to clean up trash, believe it or not. I don't know. I guess that's it from the Democrats. But
All right. Miles Hager, still the chairman of the Republican Town Committee after all these years. The best I could say is if you're looking to come to a Republican Town Committee meeting, check out the Republican Town Committee on Facebook. One event I would like to plug here tonight at Candidates Night is the Al Sakosha Memorial Fund project that will be dedicated next Saturday, the 17th, right over here next to the 9/11 memorial, and with a reception at the Commercial Club afterwards. Al Sakosha died in the line of duty 1966. The committee has been raising funds for the project over the last year or so. We've done pretty good. We're close to our goal, so I would encourage everybody to come out. It'll be a great event for the community, something that's long overdue for this town and for a resident of our town. So with that, thank you each and everybody for coming out tonight. And of course, make sure you get out and vote next Saturday as well. It'll be a busy day in town here.
And May 12th for our town meeting.
Town meeting, May 12th.
May 12th. So I think we got everything in.
And I do believe Kathy Wolf brought some snacks, so indulge after and speak with the fellow residents of town. And thank you for coming out.
Thank you.